Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're asking a question that might just reshape how you look at your kitchen counter.
Oh,
How much hidden meaning can we truly find in the simplest, most everyday items?
okay. I'm intrigued.
Our mission today is to unpack a fascinating set of sources exploring common foods, specifically peaches and tomatoes, and, well, fresh foods in general.
Right.
Not just for the usual stuff like culinary facts or science, but for their surprising symbolic power.
Ah, the deeper layers.
Exactly. They embody a concept our sources describe as a subpersonality named Kelly. Now, think of Kelly not really as a person, but more like an archetypal essence, you know?
A set of traits.
Yeah, consistent emotional patterns, human traits that our sources are mapping onto these everyday items. It's a really fascinating way to look at character, actually.
It is.
So we're going to extract the most delicious nuggets of insight, show how these familiar things can hold profound, relatable truths.
That's right. And we'll approach this by weaving together the factual info about these foods, their history, their journey, how they're grown, cultural roles, with those broader symbolic implications our sources reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rich tapestry of details, and we're going to use all of it to understand how these seemingly simple items can reflect such a specific, profound essence.
Okay, let's peel back the layers then, starting with peaches.
Peaches, yes.
When you think of a peach, what's that first image that pops into your mind?
For me, it's that incredibly inviting, fuzzy skin,
Mm-hmm. The texture.
the vibrant color, and then that burst of sweet, tangy juice. Scientifically, they're Prunus persica,
Right.
and they belong to the Rosaceae or rose family,
Mm-hmm.
which is, well, pretty elegant origins for a fruit.
Absolutely. And what's truly remarkable is how far back their story goes. Peaches are native to northwest China.
Northwest China.
Yeah, and archaeological evidence shows they were cultivated there as early as 6000 BCE. It's incredible.
Wow, 6000 BCE. From those ancient roots, they began this amazing journey, spreading west along the Silk Road.
It's the Silk Road, okay.
First to Persia, then Greece,
Mhm.
Rome. And it wasn't until the 16th century that Spanish explorers finally brought them over to the Americas.
So they had quite the trip.
A long trek. And right from the start, in Chinese mythology, peaches weren't just food. They held immense meaning, often symbolizing immortality.
And this is where our sources really invite us to look closer, connecting that symbolism in, well, truly profound ways. In China, beyond just immortality, peaches beautifully represent longevity, springtime renewal.
That's freshness.
Yeah, in Western cultures, they often evoke youth, beauty, that classic peaches and cream complexion idea.
Exactly.
And you can't talk about Chinese mythology without picturing the peaches of immortality, famously grown by the Queen Mother of the West, Xi Wangmu.
A key story.
Even in Renaissance art, peaches could represent virtue and the heart. So much depth for such a gentle fruit.
It's fascinating how that ancient symbolism carries through to their modern relevance. China is still their native home and also the largest producer globally.
It's still number one.
Yep. Other major spots include Italy, Spain, and in the U.S., particularly Georgia, South Carolina, California, places you just associate with summer peaches.
Yeah, the peach state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For cultivation, they need temperate climates
Yeah.
and absolutely need those chilling hours, cold periods in winter to fruit properly.
Right, that cold snap is crucial.
Crucial. They like well-draining sandy or loamy soil, full sun.
Mm.
But growers face challenges like peach leaf curl, brown rot, aphids,
Oh, yeah.
and always the threat of frost damage.
Yep.
And you find different types, like clingstone versus freestone.
The eternal question in the supermarket.
Right. White flesh versus yellow fleshed, and cool hybrids like the Fuzzles nectarine, which is actually a peach variant.
Oh, I didn't realize it was just a variant.
Yep, genetically.
Yeah.
And the flat, sweet donut, or Saturn peach.
Those are good. And after all that history and biology, what really brings peaches to life is how incredibly versatile they are on our plates.
Absolutely.
Fantastic in the classics, obviously, who doesn't love a warm peach cobbler, a real staple in the U.S. South.
Comfort food?
Totally. Or peach tarts, jams, chutneys. But they also show up in surprising savory ways like grilled peaches,
Grilled peaches are amazing.
vibrant peach salsas, even peach glazed pork. Delicious raw, obviously, but cooking makes them even softer, more intensely sweet.
Concentrates the flavor.
Exactly. And if you're wondering when to get them at their absolute best, peak season is midsummer. July is the sweet spot in the Northern Hemisphere,
Perfect timing.
with the U.S. harvest running June to September, roughly.
And here's a little tidbit you might not expect.
Yeah.
Did you know peaches are technically related to almonds?
Really? Almonds?
Yeah, both part of that diverse Rosaceae family. And that fuzz, it's not just texture. It helps prevent moisture loss and protects them from pests.
So it's functional fuzz.
Functional fuzz. And for some fun trivia, the world's most expensive peaches, Hakuto peaches from Japan, up to $50 each.
$50 for one peach. Wow.
Yep. And the world's largest peach cobbler, over 11 feet by 5 feet, used over 75 gallons of peaches.
That's a lot of cobbler.
A serious amount. It's no wonder the fruit also played such a whimsical role in Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach. It just has that dreamy quality.
That's a perfect lead-in. It's precisely that dreamy, almost tender quality that seems to be what our sources are tapping into when they link peaches to this sub-personality they call Kelly. They describe it as embodying the softness that holds strength. How does that connection unfold?
It's a beautiful parallel, really. Think about that immediate warmth you feel from certain people. They just sort of disarm you with gentleness and sweetness.
Yeah, you feel comfortable right away.
Exactly. Our sources say Kelly operates like that, leading with warmth, drawing others in. Then there's the fuzz as a boundary.
Oh, the fuzz again.
That velvety skin acts as a natural, subtle barrier. A gentle, handle me with care signal.
Okay.
This mirrors Kelly's quiet emotional boundaries. She doesn't need to shout, but you kind of feel when you've crossed the line, like the gentle resistance of peach fuzz.
Subtle but clear.
Right. And peaches are also seasonal and precious, not always available, meant to be savored. This perfectly mirrors Kelly's presence. It's described as a gift you appreciate more deeply when it's truly present.
So Kelly's presence isn't constant, but when it's there, it's something to cherish. That resonates.
Exactly. And finally, the juice of memory. Peaches culturally evoke nostalgia, summer, childhood, that feeling of pure sweetness and warmth.
Strong associations.
For Kelly, who our sources say holds emotional memory like an heirloom quilt, peaches symbolize the sweetness of remembering without regret. It's about cherishing the past without being weighed down by it, you know?
Wow, that's lovely. From the gentle peach, let's pivot to our next everyday extraordinary item, the tomato.
Ah, the tomato.
That bold, blushing presence, and of course the classic debate. Fruit or vegetable?
The eternal question.
Scientifically, they are Solanum lycopersicum from the fascinating Solanaceae or nightshade family.
And their story is full of twists. Tomatoes originated in western South and Central America, the Andes region specifically.
Andes, okay.
First domesticated by the Aztecs and other Mesoamerican civilizations around 500 BCE. But here's where it gets really interesting. When they arrived in Europe in the 16th century, they were initially considered poisonous.
Poisonous? Really?
Imagine that, largely due to their relation to deadly nightshade plants. People were suspicious.
Understandable, I guess.
It took quite some time, but eventually they became this indispensable culinary staple, particularly flourishing in Italian cuisine.
It's wild to think that this everyday staple was once feared like that, but once they caught on, their cultural significance really blossomed.
Totally.
Tomatoes often symbolize love, vitality, fertility, maybe that rich red color, the abundance of seeds.
Makes sense.
In folklore, they were even sometimes believed to be used in witchcraft and love potions. Adds a bit of mystique.
Ooh, love potions.
They really represent a balance of life, that sweetness and acidity and remarkable growth from seemingly humble beginnings.
It's a good metaphor. And their global reach today is truly astounding. Produced all over the world, China, India, the USA, Turkey, Egypt are the top producers.
Everywhere, basically.
Pretty much. They love warm climates, ideally 55, 85 degrees caressed, well-drained soil, full sun. But, like peaches, cultivation isn't without its challenges.
Right.
Prone to pests like aphids, diseases like blight, sensitive to sudden temperature swings.
Always something.
Always something. And the variety. Tiny cherry tomatoes, plum Roma, hearty beefsteaks, unique heirlooms, and hybrids like Campari and Sun Gold. So many choices.
And their culinary dance across cultures is just astonishingly varied. Think of Italy, pasta sauces, bruschetta, margarita pizza, foundational.
The heart of Italian cooking, some might say.
Definitely. Then Mexico, vibrant salsa, guacamole. The Middle East has delicious shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
And in the southern USA, those comforting fried green tomatoes, their versatility is just unmatched. Raw in salads, salsas, cooked into rich soups, sauces, stews.
They really go everywhere. And a fun fact for you, while botanically a fruit, legally, in the U.S., they're a vegetable, based on an 1893 Supreme Court ruling about tariffs.
Get out, Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah, one of those historical quirks. And remember that poison apples nickname from Europe. Quite a journey for something so beloved now.
Incredible journey.
For sheer scale, the largest tomato ever grown, over 10 pounds, about 4.5 kilos.
That's a monster tomato.
Seriously. And who could forget La Tomatina Festival in Buñol, Spain? Uses around 145,000 kilograms of tomatoes in one glorious, messy celebration.
I've seen pictures. It looks intense.
Intense is a good word. Even Thomas Jefferson played a role in popularizing them in the USA, growing them at Monticello.
Ah, Jefferson. Okay. Beyond all that history and cultural flair, tomatoes are like a nutritional powerhouse.
Absolutely. Packed with vitamin C, great immunity booster, vitamin K for bones, potassium for heart health, folate for cell function, and tissue growth.
Just loaded with good stuff.
And if we dig a bit deeper, tomatoes are an exceptional source of lycopene.
Lycopene, right. That's the red pigment.
That's the one. Powerful natural antioxidant, strongly linked to reduced risk of heart disease, certain cancers.
Wow.
When combined with potassium, these compounds help lower blood pressure and cholesterol. Significant cardiovascular benefits.
So really good for your heart.
Very good. And the beta-carotene and lycopene might even help protect your skin against sunburn and aging.
Skin benefits, too.
Nice. Plus, high in fiber for digestion, contain lutein and zeaxanthin for eye health, linked to reduced risk of macular degeneration.
Eyes, skin, heart, they do a lot.
They really do. Plus anti-inflammatory properties and remarkably low in calories. Only about 22 calories in medium tomato.
All that benefit for so few calories. Amazing.
Yeah.
So how does this rich, often misunderstood fruit connect back to our subpersonality, Kelly? The sources tell us that tomatoes reflect Kelly as the ordinary that's actually extraordinary and utterly essential.
It's a description that fits incredibly well. Think of tomatoes as mild but complex.
Okay.
They balance so many flavors: tart, sweet, acidic, umami-rich. Our sources say Kelly does the same with emotions, holding space for others while managing her own intricate inner world.
Holding complexity gently.
Exactly. They are truly a misunderstood fruit, botanically a fruit, often called a vegetable, defying easy categorization. Kelly, too, holds multitudes.
How so?
She's described as a quiet nurturer with unexpected depths, a peacemaker who, surprisingly, has fire in her belly. She doesn't fit just one mold, you know.
That's a powerful image, the peacemaker with hidden fire. What else?
Like tomatoes which grow best in care, meeting the right soil, sun, water, attention, patient state. Kelly thrives where she's truly seen and honored, not rushed or overshadowed. She needs that nurturing environment to flourish.
Makes sense. Needs the right conditions.
Right. And finally, as a seed bearer, tomatoes are full of potential, continuation, bursting with life. Similarly, Kelly is depicted as someone who quietly plants kindness in others, fostering growth and goodness even when her efforts aren't explicitly noticed.
Planting seeds of kindness. That's lovely. Okay, let's broaden our lens now to the general category of fresh foods. Our sources explain how their inherent vibrancy, hydrating qualities, crisp textures, natural simplicity. It all aligns beautifully with Kelly's grounded empathy, emotional presence, and quiet, nourishing spirit. It's like a whole vibe.
It truly is a fresh food vibe that mirrors Kelly's essence. Consider the crisp, clean, soothing qualities of greens like lettuce, cucumber, zucchini, snow peas, snap peas.
Refreshing.
Exactly. They symbolize Kelly's calming presence, how her emotionally hydrating quality refreshes those around her. And the tomato, as we just discussed.
Yeah.
A fruit mistaken for a vegetable, juicy, soft, vibrant. It perfectly echoes Kelly's own quiet contradictions. Tender but strong, shy but impactful. The unspoken hero adding depth without demanding attention.
The quiet impact.
Then there are the aromatic herbs. Mint, parsley, basil, cilantro, lemongrass. These aren't just flavors. They represent emotional attunement.
How so?
They awaken the senses gently, adding complexity and nuance with just a touch. This is so much like Kelly's purpose as the emotional hostess, subtly creating a safe, sensory atmosphere with thoughtful care.
Ah, setting the emotional tone.
Precisely. And for a little unexpected selling, radishes and jicama. Bright, snappy, the subtle spice beneath the surface.
Oh, with a kick.
Yeah. These echo Kelly's potential for quiet, subtle sharpness, showing that while mostly calm and composed, she isn't afraid to stand her ground with integrity when needed.
So she's not just a soft touch. There's a quiet strength that can emerge.
Precisely. And then we have watermelon and apples, universal symbols of childhood, nourishment, simple care.
Comforting.
Their sweetness, juiciness evoke Kelly's inner child protector, one who cherishes ritual, simplicity, moments of pure emotional truth. Watermelon specifically ties to her love of summer gardens, community sharing.
That shared simple pleasure.
Yes. And finally, fennel. delicate yet surprisingly bold in flavor. It symbolizes depth, masked in gentleness. A perfect metaphor for Kelly's internal wisdom that doesn't need to shout to be profound.
Wow. It sounds like these fresh foods collectively don't overpower. They balance, lift, refresh. They represent, what? Emotional clarity.
Yeah.
A grounding presence.
Yeah, authentic, unfiltered care.
And a quiet empathy that leaves a lasting resonance.
Which really brings us back to Kelly. Her way of showing love is described as being like slicing a cucumber on a hot day or handing someone a crisp apple.
Simple, direct, needed.
Quiet, thoughtful, deeply restorative. Just as these fresh foods offer emotional nourishment without fanfare, so does Kelly. It's about that quiet, consistent presence that simply is, and in its being, it nourishes.
And that wraps up this deep dive. We've journeyed from the inviting fuzz of a peach to the humble versatility of a tomato and then into the broader world of fresh foods, uncovering how these seemingly simple items can be rich tapestries of history, culture, science, and profound personal symbolism, especially when seen through this lens of Kelly.
Yeah.
It's that wonderful feeling when something you thought was so familiar suddenly reveals unexpected layers of meaning, you know?
It really is.
Yeah.
So as you go about your day, maybe think about this. What seemingly simple, everyday things in your life might actually be holding unexpected layers of meaning, just waiting for their own deep dive.